Yeah, man, it's your boy Chico Black, man. I hope everybody had a sensational and a good and a blessing of a Mother's Day with their mothers and families and their kids. But this video is about what it means to be the GOAT, the greatest player of all time. That has a deep, no diddy, meaning to be called the greatest of all time. Let that marinate for a minute. Let that sink in for a minute. If you're being called the greatest player of all time, let it be by your peers, your peoples, your fans, those that love the NBA, Basketball Association, that are real fans of the game itself. Not call yourself, that one right there made me the greatest player of all time. As you can see, the so-called fake GOAT has many flaws and so many disappointments and failures in his career. And everybody always saying that it's a LeBron sexual. Oh, y'all only talk about his bad part. What about his good, seasons and great numbers and statistical numbers and longevity and what he's done for the game and what he's done in his longevity, being the greatest basketball player of all time, makes me want to throw up. It makes me sick to my stomach. Because every legend and every great player and every Hall of Famer that I've seen played, they always held themselves accountable and responsible for their failures, their disappointments, lack of playing good offense or good defense, or failing their team, or losing in the playoffs or in the NBA finals, and being consistent and getting better, going to training every single day, getting themselves better technically, and face facts when it's time for that moment or the special moments to come, and they failed. They always held themselves accountable. They never ran from all the backlash and all the unnecessary, things that they knew that if they didn't face the consequences and they did not face the truth about the reality, that they were gonna get bombarded by everybody. Even the greats, the legends, had to be faced in that type of situation. And most of them dealt with it the best way that they could. And Michael Jordan stands out more than anybody. He faced the bad boy Pistons. He faced the Boston Celtics when he couldn't beat Larry Bird. When he went three straight, seasons, losing to the bad boy Pistons, getting beat by a pole. He faced it like a man. He faced it like a true champion. He faced it like, it's time for me to go ahead, get bulker, go ahead, train myself better, get my skills and techniques better of what it was last year, so I can come and claim this championship that I want so badly. But this individual right here has the worst statistics in playoffs and NBA Finals history. And also being the only player in NBA history to have the most missed free throws, air balls in NBA history. Shaquille O'Neal was a miserable free throw shooter. And he himself admitted, I am not that guy on the free throw. And he faced facts. He faces backlash like a man. He didn't run from it. He didn't make excuses. He basically just said, I have to get better. But eventually he never did. So you see, if you're going to sit here to all you LeBron sexual fans and just say the good things that this man has done, all the bad overtakes the good. All the bad over surpasses the good because he's done more bad, more failures, and more disappointments than any other great and legend that ever played the game in NBA history. And as you can see, this man is first in finals losses, missed shots, missed free throws, missed threes, turnovers, swept in the finals, finals turnovers, I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. And some way, somehow, that defines and that puts him in a GOAT statistic or in a GOAT conversation. Look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 6-4. The complete opposite of LeBron James, who's 4-6. And he never sat there saying, oh, that one right there made me the greatest player of all time. Magic Johnson has, more rings. Kobe Bryant has more rings. Michael Jordan has more rings. And you never saw these guys let that shit get over their heads or put that shit on their head and say, oh, that one right there made me the greatest player of all time. No, they went out there, they let their game talk for itself, and they let their peers, their fans, and people that love the game point at them and say, oh, that's my GOAT right there. That's the greatest player of all time. That's my favorite player of all time. You know what I'm saying? And I was listening to Uncommon and how LeBron James once said that it doesn't matter, that people's opinion doesn't count, that they shouldn't be sticking their nose in business that don't correspond to them. You motherfucker, it's the people that make you that money. It's the people that buy your brand. It's the people that buy your shoes, those that do. It's the people that buy your jerseys. It's the people that pay for them tickets to go see you play. So we do have every right to say what the fuck we want to say when it comes to the gains, failures, disappointments, wins, champions. We have every right to express ourselves in videos and content that we do, but most importantly, to be able to bring out the truth and the fact of the matter that you want everybody else not to talk about, and you want to hide it like it's a fucking secret, like you put the shit on a diary. But sooner or later, look how everything is coming out. Even by people that protected you, people that glaze you, that still glaze you to this day. They are now coming out exposing you, saying Michael Jordan is more popular, more powerful, more skillful, was a better player than you. Because at one time, they knew if they did not represent you and talked about you in a good way, that they were going to get fired. Now, let's see how many more disappointments if you don't retire when OKC finish you and the Lakers. How much more excuses and what you're going to do to keep on narrating these fake ass lies and bullshit of how much of a GOAT status and a GOAT player you are and you have been through your career. Because you can't use the longevity part no more. You can't use the statistical part no more. You can't use, I've been in the league longer than anybody else, and I've been to the NBA Finals 10 times, and, I'm a 41-year-old. Look at me now in the second round. If I beat the Houston Rockets, that makes me the GOAT. You can't use these lines no more. You can't use them sentences no more because they're not valuable. It holds no weight. It holds no type of morals or respect on that when it comes to us or those that we already exposed for so many years to be looked at as liars and as bullshitters when all along we've been right about you and the way you have conducted yourself, the way that you have made these excuses and ran with manipulation and just uncertainly the lies that you keep on narrating doesn't work anymore. It's not to your best interest to keep on with these other narratives that at once you thought that worked to your defense and your benefit, now is all crumbling. Now it's all deteriorating. Now it's all just bullshit words that hopefully in your perspectives you would think that would work because you and your LeBron sexuals and your Nick Wrongs or Shannon Sharps or Jay Williams and many others think that that will work to fooling people and for them to believe the okie doke when we're all seeing how bad and how embarrassing you are to the game of the NBA. Don't get me wrong. Once again, I always say that LeBron is a great player. He is. But at the same time, when you cheat the game, when you take PEDs, and when you run around building super teams, and you have scapegoats because you don't want to blame yourself, and you claiming to be the GOAT, but you failed most of the times. How are you going to sit there and claim something that you're not? How are you going to sit there and say that we are wrong for giving our opinions, our facts, and our way of feeling and perspectives and facts and how terrible you really are? Remember, the greatest player of all time. You know that has a deep meaning. That's not just calling out any player and saying, yeah, he's been in the league for 23 years, you know. That makes him better than anybody else. No. It's about performances, dominance. The ways you play on both sides of the court. Offense, defense, impact. You know what I'm saying? It has everything to do in all those statistics. And I look back with a video that I'm going to do, you know what I'm saying, soon, of when the NBA started and who started the NBA, the names, the people, all that collaborated to start the NBA in 1946. And there's one thing that they all agreed on. Being called the greatest of all time, it's about championships won. How dominant at your peak in your career you was. How much you did it consistently without failing. Even through your failures, how you bounced back up and was able to win and pull your team when your back was face up against the wall. I'm gonna do that video probably today or tomorrow because it's a long video. And now, for these people and Adam Silver to make it about longevity, so you changing the respect and the truth and the reason of what the GOAT meaning is and truly is all about. But the people that brought basketball in 1946 and founded the game in 1946 made it clear. If you don't have championships and dominance at your peak, skills, techniques, performances, and if you don't build that through a longevity of all your years as you're playing, longevity has nothing to do with you being the greatest player of all time. Y'all better go ahead and do your research, and y'all better go check what all them boys said in 1946 before they created, the foundation of basketball. Championships is what it's all about. But you know what? LeBron sexuals and LeBron James don't want that narrative. They don't want that truth to be coming out. They don't want people to see that that's the whole perspective in what the NBA is all about, including with everything that I said. Dominance, peak, performances, you know what I'm saying? Skills, techniques, and being able to be there for your team. Even when you go through failures and disappointments, you pull it out. No Diddy. Like Rocky Balboa, every time he got knocked out and lost, what happened? He came back and fought like a fucking true champion and won. That's what greatness is all about. But you know what? This is y'all so-called king, huh? This is who y'all marinate and put honey in your nipples and butt cheeks and go crazy for. And now y'all starting to realize that everybody is giving up. It's getting exhausting. It's getting tiring already. All that shit about, oh, he did this, he's done that, he's done this, he's done that. Oh, everybody wanted to see him fall. Everybody was graciously just waiting on his downfall. Stop the cat, stop the bullshit. Because when LeBron James came into the fucking league, everybody had his back. Everybody. Why? Because the basketball world and the Basketball Association wanted to see somebody be better or even in the same level as Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. But guess what? They left Kobe Bryant to the side, put him to the side like he was a piece of shit because the media hated Kobe Bryant and they decided to go with LeBron James. And they did not know that LeBron James was going to fail this miserable in his early career and in the middle of his career and at the ending of his career. They did not know this. So the chosen one, the king, not only disappointed the fans, the Basketball Association, or the people that love basketball, but he disappointed coaches, teammates, and people that all they wanted him to do was just play the game. No excuses, no complaining, no cheating, no super teams building, none of that. But he did the opposite. And now, just like before, it's backlashing on his ass. And now he has nowhere to run to. The way he has disrespected fans, the way he's disrespected teammates, NBA fucking associations or people with different positions, the way that he has conducted himself is not GOAT leadership. It's not GOAT status. And y'all telling me that this is the GOAT of all time, the greatest player of all time? Take a minute again, like I said in the beginning of the video, and really, truly let it marinate what the meaning of the greatest of all time means. Just take a perspective minute and just listen to yourselves and say, damn, we got to go back and do our history because we've been lied to, we've been fooled, we fell for the okie doke. Being a champion and being called the GOAT is two different things, but it all comes together when you combine everything that a player has done great in his career and for how long, how consistent that player did it throughout his career. And LeBron James does not match Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant in them levels. I'm sorry. He does not match Larry Bird, who had a short career because of back injuries. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Once again, go find the definition of the greatest player of all time. And whose name will pop up? Michael Jordan, Bill Russell's, Kareem Abdul, LeBron James' name will pop out, but in the last row of the sentencing page, when you go and do your research, when you find the definition of what it means or who is the greatest player of all time. These people have sold you a story and lies that I don't think should be respected or should be looked at as something that is real or has any type of facts to back it up. All it's doing is deteriorating and destroying this man's legacy and career. So without further ado, this is the ending of my video, but I just wanted to put this out there. And if LeBron James and the Lakers lose today, I know the LeBron sexuals and LeBron and the Lakers will find a way to make excuses to keep this man even within the GOAT debate. Kendrick Perkins, Jay Williams, fucking everybody, Nick Wong, Shannon Sharp, and so many others will try to steal put this man as the greatest player of all time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think me and so many others have told you this. There's only one great player that we call the greatest player of all time, and that's Michael Jeffrey Air Jordan. There's your boy Chico Black. Y'all hit me back in the comments down below and we'll go from there. There's y'all boy. I'm out of here, man. Peace.